Hello, I'm Gavin. I'm trying to I'm trying to do something different. I don't know. This I turn my head this way, I turn my head this way, I raise an arm, and it's not it's not working well. I could do a voice mod. The goal is to allow for popular people to be able to interact together so that we can treat people as people without the status. That's the goal. So I'm going to try out a different software now. This one was Live 3D, as you can see in the logo, and I'm just trying their free stuff. I'm going to pause and switch. This one looks pretty cool. And the next thing I'm going to do is try and change my voice. So let's see how that works out. Hello, can you hear me? What does this sound like now? Can you hear me? So the reason I am interested in this is because, what if a large company allowed everyone to take on a different avatar and a different voice and communicate? What if an organization did that? What if this happened in the White House? So you could imagine how this could be used to allow people to connect and get past the status game. So I'm just gonna play with this right now, which is weird. Okay, now I can hear myself and you can too. I have to pay money to get more voices using voice mod and animes. So we could use avatars and voice modification in order to connect better. Now, it would be nice if the voice was realistic, that if my tone of voice was carried over, and if my facial expression was carried over, and so this technology could be way better. Like if I'm surprised. Look at that, I'm surprised. And now I'm angry. That one did not convey well. What if I smile? It's hard to make my avatar smile. I can turn my head, stretch my neck. It would be cool if it could see my hands, and I think you could pay for some of these features. But the idea is that we could speak to the President of the United States and not know that we are speaking to the President of the United States. We could speak to the people who have status and not know that we are speaking to the people who have status. It could be your CEO. It could be your boss. Right? So that would be cool, in my opinion. That would be very cool. Well, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to be able to help people. So I've thought about creating a new email address and a new YouTube account and a new alias. And so in these places where I play, people could try doing what I'm doing. Because if I'm the only person doing it, you'll know who I am. But if many people do it, create an avatar and a voice, and hop in live streams, and make recordings on YouTube channels and things like that, then you won't know who it is. And so the more people doing it and playing that game, the better. And so there's probably some number of participants that are needed to know that there will not be a conspiracy where we expose our profiles. But even then, imagine that 12 of us exposed our profiles and the President of the United States is playing. How would we know that it's the President? Unless, the President admits to play the game in these spaces. Then we know, oh, that one's the President. So, as long as the popular people do not reveal that they are even playing the game, then they can maintain their anonymity. Now, if you really want to maintain your anonymity, you might do a virtual private network, a VPN. And so I could teach you how to create avatars and pseudonyms and maintain your anonymity using virtual private networks and fake email addresses to make sure even your internet service provider and your government does not know who you are. So, and why would you want to do this? Why would you want to maintain anonymity? Well, you might not want to if you're like me and you have nothing to hide. But you may be someone who is a king, who is a billionaire, who is the leader of a large organization, and you might want a friend. And so you may want to hide your wealth and your status and your power and your influence so that you can find friends and counselors to talk to. And so we can put on a mask so that we can be of service without anyone knowing that we are being of service, while creating an environment for people who need to be able to put on a mask for their own well-being. And so, unlike the thieves and the murderers who put on masks in order to hide what they are doing, we can be the saints, we can be the servants who put on masks to hide what we are doing. And then we create a space where people can connect with saints, connect with people trying to be saints. And so this seems to be the way. So I can change my voice, I can change my avatar, I can try out different voices and avatars, and different YouTube channels and different pseudonyms, different IP addresses. And I can fade on the internet while interacting with people on the internet. I can go from someone who wanted to have complete transparency for over a decade, and I can fade into an anonymous nobody, just trying to love people who are in any place, who have done anything. So, let me know what you think. I love you, and I think putting on a mask can be good. And we just need to stand up for being good, even with masks. So that we are good. We are building up treasure in heaven. We are not building treasure for here on earth for ourselves and our own identity and our own ego. We are not trying to gain status and power and wealth and fame. Why would we? Why would we want that? Why would we want the wealth and fame and the power and the influence? Why would we want that? Why would we want that? That nastiness. that which corrupts. We don't want that. So, will you play with me? Will you play with me? That's the question. And I guess I should put a Discord link for people who might want to play. So here we go. Check out my Discord below if you want to be anonymous and try to practice being a saint. Practice being like Jesus and serving Jesus and building your treasure in heaven. Click the link below. Bye-bye.